Well, this is going to be a quick short video. Give you a little preview of a possible video later on. I'm fighting with this steering column for a guy at work whose turn signal switch doesn't work right, so Mr. Fix-All is trying to figure it out, but this Mr. Fix-All might have finally met his match on something, but we'll see how that goes. But anyways, this video is for a person who requested ways of getting the gasket material scraped off of the surfaces. He was having trouble with gaskets being stuck on the Holley carburetor. Of course, I have a body here that doesn't have anything stuck on it. Most of mine don't. But just to give you an idea what I use these things here, which are called orange sticks. Basically, they're made out of orange wood. They've got a flat end on them. Sometimes, I don't know if I have it in here, but sometimes I'll grind like a little point on them also, depending upon what I'm trying to dig out. But I'd always used these previously in the electronics industry, building cables or whatever. It's good for separating wires around and whatever. I come to find out, I did a Google search on them to figure out where I could get some of these. A while back, I come to find out they use them in manicuring too, for pushing cuticles back or something. So just you want to find some of these, just Google orange sticks or orange wood sticks, and they work quite nicely. Now, the one problem with these, of course, they are wood and they are pretty durable, but as you're scraping, if you push real hard on it, they will break. So just keep that in mind. But I've used this in the past, not only on the bodies, but also on the metering blocks or down underneath here where you get gasket material stuck. You don't want to use a screwdriver or anything like that. It's going to put nicks in it, and this works quite nicely. You can push pretty hard on that and it's not going to mar the surface. So that's one thing that I use. This is my little firearms cleaning kit here. I kind of use similar products doing that as well. I also use one of these, which is called a solder spudger. And basically what these are is like a glass-filled nylon version of the orange sticks. And I think the orange sticks were probably used many years ago originally, and then somebody came up with a bright idea, well, hey, why don't we make them out of plastic? And they're quite a bit more durable, but they're also more expensive. You can buy a bundle of 50 of these for next to nothing, and these aren't that expensive either, depending upon which ones you get. They're $1 or $2 a piece. This particular one here happens to be anti-static, if I remember right. Part number, I think, says that, and it was a couple dollars each, so they're still not that expensive. But basically, same thing with it. You can scrape the surfaces. You got to get down into a nook and cranny somewhere. Well, you can do that, and it doesn't mar the surface. And also, and this is part of firearms cleaning kits. I have some of these plastic tools also that really, for the most part, they're kind of useless for cleaning carburetors, but every once in a while, if you get gaskets stuck in an orifice and you can't get it out, they do work pretty good for digging around trying to get that stuff out of there if you happen to get something wedged down in somewhere. But basically that's what I use. I soak it in my soak tank, but you can use, say, like lacquer thinner. Take this whole body, you got a bunch of gasket material stuck onto there, soak that into half a gallon or so of lacquer thinner for a while. You gotta remember, lacquer thinner is very flammable, so you don't want to catch yourself or your garage or your house on fire. But that'll soften it up some, and then use them little plastic or wooden sticks to scrape the gasket material off. It's time consuming. It'll take a while, but it's a heck of a lot better than scraping the heck out of everything with a screwdriver, because every little nick and mark that you make with a screwdriver will never seal right after that. So anyways, I got to get back to this steering column, so just thought I'd post this real quick.